Computing among seniors is a small but growing pastime, and it's receiving quite the amount of attention as other retirement activities at one of our area senior living communities. Tonight, our Christina D'Amato shows you that you're never too old to learn new tricks.
Grandpas and grandmas love to pass down stories and mementos to their grandchildren, but it was the kids who were passing something up through the generation gap: technology. It's a thing that today's youth is born into, but it can be scary for the older folks. But that's not the case for a few computer-savvy seniors from the Heritage Hill senior community. Thanks to students from the Weatherly Area High School, the elderly is learning to compute. It started off with two girls looking for a graduation project. They applied for a Learn and Serve grant and received $50,000 in funding to buy computers and start up the technology at Heritage Hill.
So we thought, why not incorporate technology in trying to keep the residents in contact with their family? Because a lot of them, the only way they could talk to them is through email or writing. And so they were very excited to start the project. So we went over during the summer, we contacted their families, we got the names, addresses, etc. We were able to contact their families, tell them what we were going to do.
Well, when we first started, it was pretty much just the basic functions of the computers. We want to teach them how to turn it on, turn the monitor on, stuff like that. And then as we got more involved, they were so interested. What does this do? What does that do? So we taught them how to play games on the computer, how to email their families. And the other day, Charles and I were looking up different types of pants because he wanted to order pants online.
So we incorporate into the entire junior and senior class, and as you can see by the number of students, we have enough students in the program that we can go probably 2 or 3 hours a day, 5 days a week to provide the technology assistance to the residents.
Blanche Garrett is a typical resident, but unlike most seniors her age, she is a computer enthusiast. We caught up with her today playing virtual solitaire. She says she hasn't won a game yet, but she keeps trying. Blanche, did you know anything about computers before these kids came
here? Only my son's a great one for computers. He wanted to teach me, and I, at that time, didn't want to learn. So I'm working with this right now. I have talked to my son and my grandson, but today I'm with the solitaire.
Our residents totally love this program. They at first were a little gun shy about it, and of course a computer is something different and something a lot of them have never even attempted to use before. So when the students first came over, they were a little apprehensive, but once they got the hang of it, like anything else, they embraced it. And you can even see a lot of our residents will be at the computers when the students aren't here, going online, checking their emails, doing different things.
The computers sit in the hallway, available for anyone in the senior community to use throughout the day, and any resident is invited to participate in the class. Christina D'Amato, News 13, Weatherly.
This is WILN's Late Edition.
Welcome back. Well, two different kinds of seniors teamed up today down in Weatherly, and our LA Tyrone was there to find out that the results were terrific.
Learn something. These residents of Heritage Hill Senior Community in Weatherly are learning computers. Websites, emails, reading the news and sports online, tracking out things related to their hobbies and interests. The program was spawned by the Weatherly Area School District.
And it was through a Learn and Serve grant that we're able to provide computers for the residents of Heritage Hill and then for our school also. And our students doing the service part of this will be coming over to the Heritage Hill assisted living facility on a daily basis and providing tutoring and support help for the residents.
As for how most residents serve,
they do the websites, but mostly it was designed to do the emails for residents to be in touch with family members and friends from out of the area, so that the students really were the catalyst behind all this in sending letters to the residents' family and asking for their emails, getting their emails, and then putting this together so that the residents could email their friends and relatives.
The home's administrator, Lisa Marie Halecki, jumped at the chance when Victor contacted her about the program.
When the school district called me up, Mr. Victor called up and they said that they had this great idea of having the students come over and show our residents the internet and emailing. I'm thinking, oh, what a great opportunity, because there's so many residents here who have families who are out of town, out of the country, that we want to bridge that gap. And sometimes the World Wide Web offers so many different things. I have residents here who have traveled all over the whole world. Now, learning through the school district and the students coming over, these residents can actually see what has changed in the world since they've been to these different places. I mean, you have to understand, a lot of these people are 90 years old, so they've seen things maybe 40 years ago that you and I probably have never seen, and how many different things happened since then.
Victor says that while the students give residents technology knowledge, they also get something in return.
I think the students are getting a lot out of this. Not so much in the area of the technology, but in the fact that they're helping the residents and working with the residents and seeing where they have some problems, or a lot of them will say how difficult it is and they have to explain things 2 and 3 times and so forth like that. So it's a learning experience for them also.
And Halecki agrees.
We all know it's hard with the younger generation now, even hanging out with their own grandparents, but this gives them a different perspective and looking at the elderly more on a personal basis and getting to know that they did have things in common. They did things when they were younger. They're not just old people. They're vital, and they have so much that they still want to learn at an older age.
Sally Regal is a senior at Weatherly, and she is among the students who volunteered for the program.
Most of the time I help them with using the email, and if they ever want to use Google, like searching things they're interested in, like cars or bird watching, I show them how to use Google, the web. I show them how to use Google Images and videos, and I also show them how to play solitaire on the computer too, and they seem to all like that.
And this man is a resident who's taken advantage of it.
I have 2 daughters. One lives in Colonia, New Jersey, and the other one lives in El Raya, Ohio. So we talk on the phone, but I thought if I could learn to use a computer, why, I'd be able to have conversations with them more often.
But he's online to do more than just write relatives.
I'm interested in the old sport cars, because years ago I had several of them, and I bring them up here on the computer and get to see them, what they're like.
Halecki says finding a common interest between students and residents is fairly common.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, one of the things we did is we did little biographies of our residents so the students can bridge that gap one more time. So it's not that you're just coming in and showing this older person how to do this. They're showing Glenn, they're showing Blanche, they're showing Nellie. And Nellie loves England because that's where she's from. And Glenn loves trains because he worked for the railroad. And Guy loves the Wall of China because he's been to the Great Wall of China. So yes, and there is a common denominator with a lot of them too, like you said, loving cars, and Charlie loves cars, so it's really, really cool.
Nicole Cassis and Amanda Minyenko are the students who came up with the idea of the program.
Yeah, it was our idea. We had been over to him asking him about a different graduation project that we had, and he actually proposed this idea and said maybe we could take it and run with it. And so we thought it would be great to involve technology and help the residents keep in contact with their families. So it really took off from there.
When he told us, we were both thrilled to find out about it. We couldn't wait to get started. We started that summer, and honestly it took the whole summer to start the program, and finally at the beginning of this school year we finally started meeting with the residents, and it just hit from there.
Lisa Marie mentioned that you obviously bring the knowledge of the technology to the residents. She mentioned you actually get to know the residents personally. Does that give you any different perspective on maybe the elderly in general, or old age in particular, advancing years, anything like that?
I think it's really great experience for the younger generations to really talk to the elderly and find out. I mean, they have so much wisdom, so much knowledge, so I think it's a really great experience for our younger generation to really come over and get friendly with them, find out their life stories. So I think it's great.
Not only are they learning from us about the computers, but we're learning so much from them about their lives and the knowledge they have from just, being so old and learning so much throughout their long lives.
Have you found any common interest with any of the residents?
The other day, a couple weeks ago, I was working with Charles and we were looking for pants online to find, he wanted to order jeans online, and we were talking about the different types of jeans we liked, and we were talking about styles and fashion, and we really didn't agree on our fashion taste there, but it was fun to talk to him and see about that type of stuff.
Nellie loves England. She's from England. She loves that. I just think I would love to go visit there. So just sitting there talking to her, she would tell me stories about England. And I think it was just really fun that we do have common interests with them. It's just overlapping. It's just really, it's great.
Aleka is quite happy with the way residents took to the web.
I was pleasantly surprised to see how much they did want to learn and how much they're absorbing. And in the beginning, it was a little slow getting started, and it's a whole new concept. But let me tell you what, once they got the hang of it, and the students are so patient with them, and they'll reiterate something, you'll see my residents out here when the students aren't even here, just learning more and absorbing more, just like anyone else. So.
Victor says the State Department of Education likes the program a lot and wants the district to do a presentation on it in Harrisburg. And the DOE is also paid for everything involved.
The Learn and Serve grant has to have student involvement, and the student has to show how it relates to the classroom. So a part of the grant, we're able to purchase a laptop cart filled with laptop computers, and in the English class, the students will write the emails out to the residents, and that will become a graded assignment for them. And it gives the residents here that practice of opening an email coming from the students, and then responding back to the students about the email in which they received.
That $50,000 grant even covers the ISP, the Internet Service Provider. As for the residents, it's a big hit.
Well, I never had access to a computer before that they started this program here. So I figured, well, I'm not too old to learn, and I've learned quite a bit, from not knowing anything.
Now, kudos to Nicole and Amanda and all the students at Weatherly. What a great story. Coming up, a new chapter for a local library, plus tonight's recap and much more still ahead on Late Edition.